Look, if you had one shot or one opportunity to seize everything you ever wanted in one moment, would you capture it or just let it slip? Yo, his arms this way, knees weak, arms.
Hello, friends and family. Welcome to another episode. This is cut like 20 for me, I think, because something keeps happening, and then I just cut and start all over. So I'm sorry if my face doesn't look as happy and chipper as normal, but I'm trying. Anyway, whole point of this video is tomorrow starts my first official day as a student in Korea. Oh my gosh! I am taking Korean all over again, starting from scratch, because my reading and my writing, when I look here, zero speaking confidence, and that's no good. I don't want to live in Korea with zero speaking confidence. That's bad. So, taking Korean. What's awesome about the Korean that I'm taking is it is offered by the Korean government. It is part of the Korean Immigration and Integration Program. Awesome, awesome program offered by the government. The program is free. You just buy your books. I will put a link down below in the description to the page where you can sign up to take this class. Mind you, these are all in-person classes, so if you are not in Korea, you can't take the class because they are all in-person classes. But if you're planning to come to Korea and you're thinking, I don't know where to take Korean around here, it's okay. You can go through this program, you can learn Korean, all good. I freaked out a little bit when it came to this class because, as I said, I've taken Korean previously. My reading and writing are at a much higher level than my speaking because I am afraid to speak. I just am. I have this huge phobia when it comes to speaking because someone said something very negative to me about my speaking ability, and I thought that this person was a friend. So what they said really, really hurt. But you know, everyone else that I've come into contact with, except for one person, has been like, no, you know what? I understand you perfectly. Your Korean's fine. When I talk to taxi drivers, when I talk to people at the store and things like that, they understand me with no problems. Even the wonderful group of ladies at the gym, who I love so much because they are so kind to me, they understand me with no problems. So I shouldn't have this speaking phobia, but I do. And going through this program is going to rectify that. So that makes me happy. That makes me really, really happy. Again, for anyone who wants to take the KIIP language program, let me give you a huge, huge, huge pointer right now, okay? Take the placement test. Even if you just want to do level 0, take the placement test. Reason being is if you go in and you just say, oh, I'll do level 0 because there's no test required, you'll never be able to choose a class. You have to take the placement test to be able to choose a class. Because I registered for level 0 back in January, it's now May. And I kept trying to take, find a class to take and find a class to take. Finally, in February, I called and I said, hey, I've been trying to register for a class for, a month. And it's not, no classes show up. Like, what's going on? What am I doing wrong? And the lady said, oh, you were supposed to take your placement test 3 weeks ago. You didn't show up. I didn't know that I had a placement test to take. Nothing on my page told me that I needed to take a placement test. I had no idea. Like, I really had no idea. So I missed taking the placement test. I should be in level 3 right now, because it takes about 2 months, 2-ish months to finish a level, except for level 0, which only takes 2 days. Anyway, I should be about level 3 right now, but because I didn't take that placement test in January, I'm just now starting on level 0. So that's kind of disheartening. I should have called earlier. That's totally my fault. I should have called. I didn't. So to keep what happened to me from happening to you, when you register for the KIIP program, always register to take the placement exam. That way you are sure to be able to register for your classes right away. You have no wasted time. Okay? Awesome. All right. And about this placement test. As I mentioned, I have taken Korean before. I could only answer 5 out of 48 questions. And it wasn't like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nah. Because these questions went 0 to 100 real quick. I answered question 1, no problem. Question 2, no problem. Question 3, oh, that says this. And then I read question number 4. And I think question number 4, nuclear physics? I have no idea what they were talking about. At all. At all. So I just flipped through the book. I really did. I just flipped through the book. And every now and then, I would see something and be like, I know the answer to that. So I'd fill it in. I don't know how I knew the answer. I have no clue. Because if I knew the answer, I feel like it should have been like on page 1. But this was like deep in there. I figured out the answer some kind of way. So yeah. Then after you finish the written portion, then you have to do the speaking portion. And you're split up by age also, by age groups. So you could have like 300 people in your age group. Mine had like 100, 150. I don't know. We didn't fill a lecture hall. I know that much. But I also, fortunately, was in the first group of people to do the speaking portion. I don't know how they decided. They just came in and said something. I don't know. Everything about the exam, on exam day, everything was in Korean. And just by the grace of God, I understood the directions and what I needed to do and how the day was going to work. I really don't know how I understood it, but I'm glad I did. It just happened. Okay, so they come in and they said something, and the lady in front of me raised her hand, and they said, okay, you and the 4 people behind you, test time. I understood that. So I walked in, we did the test. The way that my spoken test went is there was a piece of paper on the desk in front of us, had 5 sentences on it. There are 5 of us. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Read a sentence. I got that. That was easy. It was something about going to the movies. I don't remember what it was, but it was some friends going to the movies. I remember that. And I knew all those words, so I read it with no problem. And I read it with a little bit of confidence because I knew the words. And then they started asking questions. Nope. No, I can't answer your questions. You know why I can't answer your questions? Because A, it sounded like they were talking 150 miles an hour, and B, I have to take that and slow it down to like 75, 80, so that I can kind of understand what you're saying. And then this needs to translate what you're saying into English so that I know your question. Even if I don't know every single word that you said, if I can get the gist out of it. Okay, what did they just say? Okay, I'm pretty sure the question was this. What is the answer to that? This is the answer to that. What are those words in Korean? this? Do you say it this way or this way? This way or this way? Because there's a lot of rules when you're speaking Korean. So it takes me like 3, 4, 5, it takes me a few minutes to translate everything. Because I got to do it 2 ways. Their question into English, then my answer into Korean, and then the right way to say it. We don't have time for that during this test. So, yeah, freaked out. Didn't do so well on the spoken portion, but that's okay. This is my level 0 book. I'm okay with being in level 0 because everything in this book is in Korean. Like it's 150% in Korean. When I took Korean originally, the textbook was bilingual. Some Korean, some English. You know, like when you learn your vocabulary, it says, you know, library, dosagon, library, dosagon, library, dosagon. I'm okay with that. Watch, shige, watch, shige, watch, shige, watch, shige. You know, like I can look back and forth. I can get it together. You know, like that's what I need. This is all in Korean. All in Korean. I am so happy that the first chapter is on the family because I know the members of the family, but when I looked at it in the book, I was like, oh my God, what is this? What does this say? What? I don't know. I don't know what that says. Hi. Like, I'm freaking out. And I have to be there at 9 o'clock in the morning. It's like a 35 or 40-minute bus ride from where I live. So I have to be on the bus before 8 a.m. And I'm really freaking out. And that's why I am home on a Saturday night. Was because I have to be on the bus super early Sunday morning to get to class. I have 2 Sundays of doing that. And then it's going to switch to Saturdays doing that. Oh my God. So my weekends are going to be super, 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 super busy. But I have my new Feather Light camera, so I can film everything. Yeah, I'll film how I get to class and how class goes, kind of. So you can see me super butt crack early in the morning. Yay! And then off we go. And so on and so forth. And of course, it's the weekend, so I'm going to meet my friend Eddie, who is also my tutor, and he's going to help me with my homework. Because that's our agreement. I will buy dinner if you help me with my homework. And he's like, yeah, okay, cool. Plus, Eddie gives me homework on top of that, so you'd think I'd have confidence in speaking, but I still don't. Like, I talk to little kids, but not my students directly unless I have to. And when I do speak to them, they're always like, oh, teacher, 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 teacher. They're so excited because they don't know what my Korean ability is because I keep that well hidden. Because I understand what they're saying. I just don't speak to them. So sometimes they'll say something and they get the teacher face and I turn around and I'll say, do you really think that's something that you should be saying in class? Should I call home and let them know what things you're saying in class? And then they all freak out, like, oh, yeah. And I can fake a phone call really well in Korean, so that works out with my smaller kids. The junior high kids are the ones that get the teacher face and, should I make a call home? Is that what you need to be talking about right now? And they're always like, oh my God, you know, like they freak out. So that's good. I'm faking it. I'm faking it real well right now. But let's see, today is May 5th. Yeah, today is May 5th. I missed May the 4th be with you. Sorry. When my cousin comes to visit in September, I'm going to be pretty stellar at Korean, so yay! Because we have to go places and do things, and I can't make people tag along with us all the time just to be our interpreters when I can do this myself. So, anyway, thanks for watching this episode as I rambled on for no reason. Please do like and share and comment and subscribe and all those other things that you do for YouTubers that you like. Hope you like me. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Stay tuned for tomorrow and some new videos to come. Bye!